In the vast chamber of the Galactic Council, thousands of alien representatives sat in stunned silence. The holographic display at the center of the room showed Earth, once a tiny backwater planet on the edges of civilized space, now wielding power that made even the oldest spacefaring races tremble. I remember when the Council first discovered us. They thought we were just another primitive species, barely able to reach our own moon. Their anthropologists and xenobiologists classified us as mostly harmless, a footnote in their grand archives. Some even suggested Earth would make a perfect vacation resort once we were properly civilized. That was their first mistake. They didn't understand that humanity had been forged in adversity. Every challenge Earth threw at us, from iced ages to natural disasters, we survived and adapted. We learned to turn nature's fury into tools for our advancement. But the Council saw only our technological limitations, not our potential. When they sent their first diplomatic delegation, they expected grateful submission. Instead, they found a species that had spent millennia preparing for the unknown. Our science fiction writers had imagined countless first contact scenarios. Our military strategists had developed protocols for extraterrestrial encounters. We weren't the naive primitives they expected. The Council's second mistake was assuming they could manipulate us like they had countless other emerging civilizations. They tried to pit nations against each other, offering advanced technology in exchange for loyalty. But centuries of dealing with our own political intrigues had taught us to recognize such tactics. That's when humanity revealed our trump card, Project Terra. While the Council had focused on space-based weapons and faster-than-light travel, we had been quietly studying something far more fundamental, the deep connection between consciousness and the very fabric of our planet. Dr. Chen, the project's lead scientist, discovered that Earth wasn't just a ball of rock and metal. It was a complex system that responded to human collective will. Through quantum entanglement and consciousness amplification, we learned to work in harmony with our planet. The same forces that drove plate tectonics and magnetic fields could be focused and directed. The Council representatives laughed nervously as I explained this. Their chief arbiter, a towering crystalline being, interrupts with what passes for a sneer in their culture. Impossible, they declare. No species has ever demonstrated such capabilities. Your primitive understanding of. A low rumble cuts them off. The chamber's floating platforms quiver slightly. On the holographic display, the Pacific Ocean begins to glow with an otherworldly blue light. This isn't a threat, just a reminder of what humanity can now do. We didn't choose this path. I continue, my voice echoing through the chamber. You forced our hand when you threatened to quarantine Earth for being too unpredictable. We aren't asking for dominance or revenge. We're asking for respect, not just for humanity, but for every emerging civilization you've dismissed as primitive. The tension in the room is palpable. Millennia of established galactic politics are being appended by a species that, until recently, was considered barely worth monitoring. Some Council members are already reaching for their communication devices, no doubt trying to reassess their strategic positions. As I prepare to deliver our final terms, a priority alert flashes across the chamber's information screens. Something unprecedented is happening back on Earth. The planet's energy signature is changing in ways that even our scientists hadn't predicted. Whatever happens next will reshape not just human history, but the future of every spacefaring race in this room. And somehow, I get the feeling that Earth itself is just getting started. The Council chamber's displays flicker with cascading data as Earth's energy signature continues to evolve. The alien representatives' universal translators struggle to keep up with the rapid exchange of worried whispers. Through the massive viewing windows, even the distant stars seem to pulse in rhythm with our planet's newfound power. What exactly is happening? The chief arbiter's crystalline form shifts colors rapidly, a sign of distress in their species. I turn to Dr. Chen's holographic projection beside me, but she looks equally mystified by the readings. The quantum resonance patterns are changing. She explains, her hands moving through streams of holographic data. It's as if Earth is accessing deeper layers of reality we didn't even know existed. The planet isn't just responding to human consciousness anymore. It's actively reaching out. I remember the early days of Project Terra, when we first discovered that human brainwaves could synchronize with Earth's natural frequencies. It started small, tiny shifts in local magnetic fields, microscopic alterations in gravitational waves. But as more people joined the project, as our collective consciousness grew stronger, so did our connection to the planet. The council members watch in horrified fascination as new data pours in. Earth's oceans are now generating energy signatures that defy their advanced scanning technology. Seismic patterns are forming complex, almost mathematical sequences. The atmosphere itself seems to be carrying information in ways we never thought possible. This is beyond anything we predicted, Dr. Chen continues, her voice filled with equal parts excitement and concern. The quantum entanglement network we established. It's not just linking human minds to Earth anymore. Something else is emerging. A junior council member, resembling a shifting cloud of bioluminescent particles, moves forward. Our archives speak of ancient races who claimed similar connections to their worlds. They say, "We dismissed those stories as myths, but perhaps." Their words are cut short as every screen in the chamber suddenly floods with new information. The universal translators struggle for several seconds before converting the data into something we can understand. What they reveal sends chills down my spine. Earth's signal isn't just reaching out to us, it's reaching out to other planets. Mars, Venus, even the gas giants of our solar system are showing signs of responding. It's like a conversation we can barely comprehend, conducted in a language made of gravity waves and quantum fluctuations. The chief arbiter's crystalline surface has gone completely dark, a sign of deep shock in their species. Your planet, they say slowly, it's awakening something we thought was lost to time. The old networks, the planetary consciousness grid. Dr. Chen's hologram flickers as she processes massive amounts of incoming data. The ancient races she breeds, they didn't just inhabit their planets. They were in symphony with them, a harmony we're only now beginning to understand. But even as she speaks, warning signals flash across every display. Earth's energy signature is changing again, faster now. The quantum resonance patterns are spreading, growing stronger. Whatever consciousness our planet is developing, whatever ancient knowledge it's accessing, it's about to change everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. I step forward, trying to project confidence I don't entirely feel. Members of the council, I begin. What you're witnessing isn't just Earth's revenge. It's an awakening. And I suspect your own worlds have been waiting for this moment far longer than any of us realized. The chamber erupts in chaos as the implications sink in. And somewhere, deep beneath Earth's surface, something ancient and powerful continues to stir. The council chamber's artificial gravity fluctuates as waves of energy cascade from Earth. Through the vast windows, we watch as a network of ethereal light begins to connect the planets of our solar system. It's beautiful and terrifying all at once, like watching the birth of a new constellation from the inside. Dr. Chen's voice cuts through the chaos, her hologram now stable but showing signs of strain. The quantum network is evolving exponentially. Earth isn't just communicating with other planets anymore. It's teaching them to wake up. In the midst of the pandemonium, I notice something extraordinary. The various alien species in the chamber, beings who've spent millennia competing and scheming against each other, are all experiencing the same reaction. Their bio-readings show synchronized patterns of neural activity, as if their minds are being drawn into the same frequency. Your weapons are useless here, I announce, watching as several council members try to activate their defense systems. What's happening now transcends your technology. Earth isn't seeking destruction, it's offering an invitation. The chief arbiter's crystalline form begins to resonate with the same frequency as Earth's signal. We feel it, they stutter, their usual diplomatic composure cracking. Memories, ancient memories, our world. It used to sing to us, just like yours is singing now. The chamber's screens fill with incoming reports from across the galaxy. Dozens of planets, then hundreds, are showing signs of awakening. Worlds that had been stripped of resources, worlds that had been terraformed against their nature, worlds that had been forgotten, all of them responding to Earth's call. This is impossible. A senior council member protests. their atmospheric form swirling in agitation. The planetary consciousness network was just a myth, a story we told ourselves about a golden age that never existed. But the evidence is undeniable. The quantum resonance patterns match ancient records perfectly, records so old they'd been dismissed as fairy tales. Earth hasn't just discovered something new, it's remembered something ancient. Something that existed before the first spacefaring civilizations, before the Galactic Council, before the age of cold technology and calculated diplomacy. Dr. Chen's hologram flares brightly as she processes the latest data. The network is reaching critical mass, she warns. Whatever's about to happen will affect every living world in the galaxy. We need to decide. Do we try to stop it, or do we embrace it? I feel it too now, a pull, a resonance, like the planet itself is trying to share its memories with us. Images flash through my mind. Ancient civilizations living in harmony with their worlds, technology powered by planetary consciousness, a galaxy alive with awareness and purpose. The chief arbiter steps forward, their crystalline surface now pulsing with Earth's rhythm. There is no stopping this, they declare. Your planet has awakened something that was meant to be awakened. The only question is, are we ready for what comes next? The chamber falls silent as the energy builds. Through the windows, we can see the light network growing stronger, spreading from planet to planet like a web of conscious thought. Earth's signal pulses one final time, stronger than ever, and I know we're standing on the edge of the greatest transformation in galactic history. In this moment, watching ancient enemies united in awe, I understand why Earth chose now to reveal its true nature. It wasn't about revenge at all. It was about remembering who we all used to be and who we could be again. The energy reaches its peak, and the universe holds its breath. Just as the energy wave reaches its crescendo, something unexpected happens. The quantum network flickers, and a new signal emerges, ancient, powerful, and distinctly artificial. The council chamber screens flash with warning signals as unknown symbols cascade across every display. There's another presence in the network. Dr. Chen's hologram flickers urgently. Something that's been dormant, waiting for this exact moment. It's trying to interface with the planetary consciousness grid. The chief arbiter's crystalline form dims dramatically. The architects, they whisper, a word that sends visible shivers through the assembled council members. The ones who first taught worlds to sane. We thought they vanished eons ago, but they left something behind. The energy patterns shifting through the chamber take on a new complexity. It's no longer just Earth and the other planets communicating. There's a vast, intricate intelligence weaving itself through the network, like an ancient spider awakening in its web. What we're detecting, Dr. Chen explains, her voice tense with concentration, appears to be some kind of fail-safe system. The architects didn't just disappear, they left guardians, watchers, waiting to see which civilization would rediscover the old ways. Through the chamber windows, we watch as the web of light connecting the planets begins to pulse with new patterns. Each flash seems to carry fragments of information, testing us, measuring us, judging our worthiness. They're asking us to make a choice, I realize as the symbols become clearer. Humanity didn't just accidentally stumble upon this power. Earth was guiding us, preparing us. And now the architects' systems want to know if we're ready for the next step. The council erupts in debate. Some argue for caution, others for embracing this new development. But I notice something they don't. The quantum network isn't just connecting planets anymore. It's beginning to resonate with the fabric of space itself. The network, Dr. Chen's voice rises with urgency. It's not just a communication system. The architects built it into the structure of reality. If we accept their offer, we're not just choosing for ourselves. We're choosing for every living world in the galaxy. Suddenly, the chamber's artificial gravity fails completely. We float in zero as reality itself seems to bend around us. Through the windows, we can see space rippling like the surface of a pond, stars shifting position as fundamental forces begin to realign. The chief arbiter's form pulses with recognition. The legend spoke of this, the great reconfiguration, when the younger races would be offered the chance to reshape the very laws that govern our existence. But even as they speak, warning signals blare. The quantum network is detecting something else, shadows moving in the spaces between stars, ancient machines stirring to life. The architects didn't just leave behind a test. They left behind guardians to ensure their legacy wouldn't fall into the wrong hands. Earth's signal pulses stronger, more urgent now. Our planet isn't just trying to wake up its neighbors anymore. It's trying to warn them. Whatever the architects left behind, whatever choice we're being offered, we're not the only ones who've been waiting for this moment. As if in response, the shadows between the stars begin to move with purpose. The test isn't just about whether we're worthy of the architect's legacy. It's about whether we're ready to defend it. And somewhere in the quantum network, ancient machinery continues to awaken, forcing us toward a decision that will determine not just the future of humanity, but the fundamental nature of reality itself. The ancient machines emerge from their cosmic hiding places, massive structures of impossible geometry, each the size of a small moon. They move with deliberate precision, forming a complex pattern around our solar system. The council chamber fills with gasps and murmurs as we realize we're witnessing something that hasn't been seen in millions of years. They're not just guardians. Dr. Chen's hologram flares with sudden understanding. They're keys. The architects built them to unlock something even greater than the planetary consciousness network. Earth's signal changes, becoming more focused, more intentional. Through our connection to the planet, I feel a sudden rush of understanding. Our world hasn't just been teaching us, it's been learning from us too. The very thing that made humans unique, our ability to adapt and think creatively, has transformed Earth's ancient knowledge into something new. The architects didn't vanish. I announce, the truth crystallizing in my mind. They evolved, became one with their worlds, and now they're offering us the same choice, not to use their power, but to transform it. The chief arbiter's crystalline form resonates with newfound clarity. Of course, they breathe. The test was never about worthiness. It was about innovation. They didn't want inheritors. They wanted pioneers. As if in response, the quantum network surges with energy. The ancient machines begin to move again, but this time, they're following a pattern we're creating. Humanity's chaos, our unpredictability, our ability to imagine new possibilities, it's exactly what the network needs to evolve. Earth's consciousness reaches out, not to control the other planets, but to share what it learned from us. The ability to change, to grow, to become something more than what you were designed to be. One by one, worlds across the galaxy begin to respond, each in their own unique way. But just as victory seems certain, space itself shudders. The shadows between stars coalesced into a final challenge. A quantum lock so complex it could unravel reality itself if solved incorrectly. The architect's final safeguard, ensuring that only a civilization that truly understands both technology and consciousness can proceed. It's a paradox engine, Dr. Chen explains, her hologram stabilizing as she focuses on the readings. It's demanding we prove we can think beyond traditional physics, beyond normal causality. That's when I realize what Earth has been preparing for all along. Our planet doesn't just want to wake up the galaxy. It wants to teach the galaxy how to dream. With a surge of collective will, humanity's connection to Earth transforms the quantum network into something the architects never imagined, a bridge between conscious thought and physical reality. The paradox engine recognizes the solution we've created, not by solving its puzzle, but by reimagining the nature of puzzles themselves. The ancient machines respond, their geometry shifting to accommodate this new paradigm. The council chamber erupts in bright light as the transformation begins. We're not just awakening planets anymore. We're teaching the very fabric of space-time how to evolve. The galaxy itself is becoming conscious, but not in the rigid way the architects planned. It's becoming something new, something that combines their ancient wisdom with humanity's creative chaos. As the light fades, we find ourselves in a changed universe. The planets still sing, but now each one has its own unique voice. The network still exists, but it's no longer just a grid of power. It's a living, growing thing, as unpredictable and beautiful as humanity itself. The chief arbiter turns to me, their crystalline form now shimmering with possibilities that hadn't existed moments before. And so, they say, The students have become the teachers. But even as we celebrate, a single quiet pain echoes through the transformed network. A signal from somewhere far beyond our galaxy, carrying a message that makes us realize our journey is far from over. The signal from beyond our galaxy pulses again, stronger this time. But it's different from the architect's patterns. More organic, more alive. Through our newly evolved connection with Earth, we sense not a challenge, but an invitation. Other galaxies, other forms of consciousness we never dreamed existed, reaching out across the cosmic void to welcome us into a larger community. In the council chamber, the assembled representatives watch in amazement as their worlds begin to communicate in ways that transcend their old political boundaries. The quantum network we created isn't just connecting planets anymore. It's bridging the gaps between species, between ways of thinking, between different forms of consciousness itself. Dr. Chen's hologram smiles as she monitors the incoming data. Every world is finding its own way to evolve, she explains. Some are developing new forms of energy we never imagined possible. Others are discovering ways to heal damage done by centuries of exploitation. Each planet, each species, is contributing something unique to the network. The chief arbiter's crystalline form now pulses with a warm, steady light. We spent millennia building empires among the stars. They reflect, never realizing that the greatest power was in learning to grow together. Earth didn't just wake up the planets. It taught us all how to dream again. Through the chamber windows, we watch as the ancient machines, now transformed by our shared consciousness, begin to dissipate. They're not disappearing, but evolving, becoming part of the living network that spans the galaxy. The architect's legacy hasn't been replaced. It's been renewed, given new purpose through humanity's gift for reimagining possibilities. The story isn't over. I tell the council, feeling Earth's gentle encouragement through our connection. That signal from beyond our galaxy. It's telling us there's so much more to discover. But this time, we go forward not as conquerors or competitors, but as creators. The assembled representatives nod in understanding. The old political structures of the Galactic Council are already beginning to transform, becoming something more organic, more adaptive. Not a hierarchy of power, but a network of cooperation, each species contributing its unique strengths to our shared evolution. Earth's consciousness brushes against my mind one last time, sharing a vision of the future, not a fixed destiny, but an endless canvas of possibilities. We've unlocked something far greater than revenge or power. We've discovered that the true potential of any species lies not in dominating others, but in teaching them how to grow beyond their limitations. As the council session concludes, I look out at the transformed galaxy. The web of light connecting the planets now pulses with countless colors, each representing a different world's unique contribution to our shared consciousness. We've become something the architects never imagined, not just inheritors of their legacy, but pioneers of a new way of existing. The signal from beyond our galaxy continues to call, promising new mysteries, new challenges, new opportunities to evolve. But now we face them not as Earth alone, not as humanity alone, but as part of a living, growing, dreaming universe. Ready to explore what's out there? Dr. Chen asks, her hologram gesturing toward the distant stars. I smile, feeling the combined excitement of countless awakened worlds flowing through the network. The age of conquest is over. The age of collaboration has begun, and somewhere out there, beyond the boundaries of our galaxy, other dreamers are waiting to share their stories with us. We're ready, I reply, speaking not just for humanity, but for every consciousness that now shares our journey. The real adventure is just beginning. And across the vast expanse of space, countless worlds pulse with agreement, each adding its own unique harmony to the endless psalm of an awakened universe.